You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Greetings, everyone. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily, episode 1458. Today's tip is an excerpt from the Horses in the Morning show, where Glenn and Lisa Wysocki answer a listener question about lacking motivation to go to the barn and ride. We've all been there.
All right, I got an email the other night, and she gave me permission to read this. I'm not going to say her name, but she did give me permission to read it on the air today, and she asked for help. And she did mention you, and I think you're a perfect one to help with this because you lead a therapeutic riding program where people are a little nervous.
Okay.
So she asked, what do riders do about lack of motivation to ride? I know riding horses is a privilege, and I should be thankful that I have a horse to ride. But recently, I can't muster up the motivation to go out and ride. I just got my horse back from training at the end of August. We've been to 2 horse shows. We take weekly lessons, but I can't make myself excited about going out to ride at home. I'm not sure if I'm scared to ride alone or scared of having a bad ride. I don't know. But we've had beautiful weather here in Michigan, and I haven't ridden once. Coming into winter, I know the lack of motivation will only get worse. Yeah, it doesn't get better in the winter.
No, it doesn't.
No. So what do you say to her? This is an interesting question.
There are two things that come to mind for me. And I think, at some point we've all struggled with this, Glenn, whether we just don't want to ride or we're tired or, and I can see it as a bigger picture too. We don't want to go to work. We don't want to go to the grocery store.
And yeah, you could replace riding with anything.
Exactly.
Especially going to the gym.
Yes, exactly. So one of the things I would tell this person is to focus on the positive, because I see in the email, the negative, it's like she's afraid maybe of having a bad ride or afraid to ride alone, but she's not sure about that. Focus on what she loves or he loves about riding. Focus on the positive and all of that. And then number 2, I would say if that doesn't do it, don't go out and ride. Just go take your horse for a walk. I love taking my horses for a walk. I think it's just great fun, and it's a great way to bond, and it's just a lot of close time with your horse, and your horse will enjoy it. And then the third thing I think too is sometimes to kind of get over that hump of motivation is make an appointment with yourself that you can't break. It's like a doctor's appointment or a job interview appointment. I'm going to go ride my horse at 4:00 on Friday. And that's an appointment you cannot move and you cannot break. And then once you get there, focus on the things that you really like about riding. And, if you don't like, lessons or you don't like trail riding, find something that you do like or try something new. If you don't run barrels, try a walk trot barrel pattern. If you don't do dressage, try some of that. If you haven't done ground poles, try some of that. Try something new and different with your horse, where you can maybe learn together, and hopefully that will kind of get you over the hump. And I think for me, it is a hump. Once I kind of get over that, I really don't want to do that. Once I'm doing it, it's actually okay.
That's true of anything, right? So, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I kind of feel for her on this one. And by the way, this is not uncommon. It's probably more common.
Exactly.
There's more people listening to this going, yeah, I have that. And it's probably cyclical too. Some people get it certain time, winter, obviously, but I have the same thing. So, I go out and see my pony probably 2, maybe 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. Jennifer goes out almost every day. Mm-hmm. And she has been so good with me about, she likes when I go out that it's on my terms. She doesn't force me to go out. She never forces me to go out to see the pony. And she, takes care of the pony. It's at a boarding stable. It's taken care of anyway. And he'd prefer to be left alone.
Right.
So, but when I do go out, she never forces me to drive. She said, do whatever you want to do. If it's just brushing, if it's taking him out, and hand grazing him, taking for a walk, whatever. She never pushes anything. That has changed for me in my attitude about going out. 'Cause it's never pressure.
Right.
And I think too, you've got a couple things going here. One is it sounds like you keep your horse at home alone. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people will board that even can keep their horses at home so they have somebody to ride with. There's motivation there.
That is true.
You have to be truly motivated and not scared at all to ride home alone. And I'm not sure I recommend riding home alone anyway, unless somebody's there.
Well, here's what I do, Glenn. So a lot of times I'm at the farm by myself, and I always call somebody and say, I'm getting on my horse, and if I don't call you in 45 minutes, call 911.
There you go. All right. Well, that's a plan, right? It makes you feel better.
It does.
Yeah. That's and nobody's going to notice you off your horse for a long time.
No.
So,
no.
Where you are. But Jennifer's been really good about that, about allowing me to have whatever experience I want to have when I go visit my pony. Mm-hmm. And that has made a world of difference in my attitude about wanting to do it. If she said to me, you have to come out today, you have to come out tomorrow, you have to come out the next day, I probably would resent that a bit.
Yeah.
And now it's a happy experience for me, and it's a happy experience for the pony. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she or he, got it right saying, riding horses is a privilege. And it is. It's a wonderful thing that not everybody has the opportunity to do. And, something else that this person might do too is on the fear thing. I always say stay in your comfort zone until you can bump that comfort zone up. So if you're just comfortable walking, just walk. If you're just comfortable just doing some walk trot stuff, just do that. Just do what you're comfortable with. And I always tell her, don't ever get on a horse that you're not comfortable with. If you're not feeling really good about getting on, don't get on, or invite a friend over to watch you ride. Friend can drink wine and have pizza while you're riding.
And what you said too, I think is so true. I was trying to think of what other things that you really lack motivation to do. Go to the gym is one,
mm-hmm.
right?
Oh, that's a big one.
Or work out at all.
Work out at all, yeah. That's a big one.
The other one is cooking.
Yeah.
So, but what you said is so true. Once you actually get into the activity, whether it's working out or cooking, once you start the process of cooking, then all of a sudden it's okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's that getting to it.
It's just getting started. Yeah. It's like studying for an exam or, doing a required report for work or, cleaning your house. It's all of those things that once you start, it's like, okay, this is not as bad as I thought it was, or I'm actually having a good time.
So when I'm talking to the person that wrote this, when you go out to the barn to see your pony, okay, or I think it's at your own farm, when you walk out, don't go out with any expectations. Don't go out saying, I need to ride today. Just go out to see your pony.
Yeah.
After you get there and brush your pony or whatever you're doing, hand graze them, whatever, and the motivation goes, I do really feel like riding today. Mm-hmm. Once you get there and start doing something, then determine what you're going to follow up with.
Yeah.
And that takes the expectations out because, riding is kind of a pain. You got to brush, you got to tack up, it's a half an hour process, right?
It is.
And, with the cart, it seems like it's even more,
Right.
I'm not sure it is, but
there's a lot of little straps and buckles you got to check.
Exactly. Exactly. Then you got to get the cart out, and then you have to have somebody with you because you need a header.
Right.
So there is a lot of process to that. So I get where this person is coming from, but I think just going out without any expectation, just starting to play, play, have fun.
Yeah.
And then when the motivation if the motivation comes, then ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Groundwork. Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do on the ground.
Yep. Or just take your pony for a walk. We do a lot of walks with ours, and we get very strange looks because we'll be walking through the woods with them like dogs.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I same thing. And I call that groundwork because anytime you're on the ground with your horse, you're training them, you're teaching them something good or bad or ugly or whatever. But you also can have a really good time.
Scooter loves it. He just loves adventures like that. He thinks it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Our horses do too.
Yep. Well, there you go. That's, I hope that helped a little bit. So just get out there, hang out and see what happens. And yes, you are not the only one in the world with this problem.
No, probably half the people listening.
No, 100% of the people have this about something.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's true. Yes.
And most of those somethings, it's probably a privilege.
Exactly.
And we still don't want to do it.
No.
Right. So there you go.
Well, there you have it. Horse Radio Network has thousands of engaging podcasts for horse people, and you can have them sent right to your phone. Just subscribe via your favorite podcast player. This is Coach Jen, and I will be back again soon with another tip. Until then, go ride your horse. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements made by guests on the Horse Tip Daily. Please use your own judgment when listening to the tips on this show.